I hear some chat that's not probably... Whatever, turning it off, we're turning it off. It is more... There's someone famous behind us. There is.
Yeah. Welcome to Sydney. What brings you here?
Oh, just got to see some old mates.
Plan today is we're going to go for a little ride up to Brooklyn. We might have a little chat about his training, chat about this new team that he's joined, some of the boys on there, see what the group chat's saying.
Running the Nero spec.
You are?
Mine outlast yours?
They outlasted mine. Holy shit, I can't believe that.
It's literally every time you do something in the group chat, or you do something in a race and you're wearing those, the group chat's like, he's wearing the Nero sunnies!
It actually became a joke on the bus in the Vuelta. I put these on and everyone's just like, whoa. Whoa.
He's on.
Oh no.
I just got 4 hours, but have room for some pleasure riding just to keep it interesting.
So is this pleasure riding? Do we count?
Uh,
You can do a bit more than 4, but
Yes.
don't go and do 6.
no, yeah, so I've been told, because I did ask, I didn't feel like I was ramping up fast enough. I got told you've got an extra 45 minutes to play with, but not a single minute more.
Right. So how long have you been with this new coach?
Basically since I started training in November 1.
Okay.
And it's fairly similar, fairly similar work, but the major difference is a lot less weights and much more torque. Like, he's so focused on the torque.
A lot less weights.
Yeah.
Like how often were you doing weights before?
I was doing, well, same sort of two sessions a week during build, but it was heavier stuff, whereas we're much more rep stuff.
Okay.
The torque stuff is much more intense. So I've been working my way over 70 Newton meters for 10 minutes straight.
So what is that? Like
That's
350 watts at 40 RPM?
no.
You think?
Yeah, so I did them the other day. They're only 4-minute reps, but I did them at 400 watts at 50 RPM.
Ugh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Pretty uncomfortable afterwards. It's amusing, like the whole big hours thing has really died down in the pro scene. With shorter and shorter stages, we're going to do a 35-hour week now, and we're going to do it 3 weeks in a row. I have not experienced that. My biggest week still to date, like the misnomer of, oh, pros do the hours, you know, pro hours, got 35 hours. But it's just not, I certainly haven't experienced it, and the two teams prescribe the same sort of coaching to most of the riders. So it's, my biggest week at this point is 31 hours, like, and that was during a Grand Tour.
That was racing.
That was racing.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, I'd probably hazard a guess that 15 of those hours were below 200 watts,
Yeah.
you know?
Why do you think that is, Jesse? That's interesting.
Oh, it's just the demands of the sport. You're not training for a ultra endurance gravel race. 30 hours a week, that's 40 hours a day on the bike.
Mm.
Yeah.
You're training for stages that are
4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, the guys doing longer stuff would do more training than that, definitely. Ride cycling isn't an ultra endurance,
No.
so totally makes sense.
One of the things you talked about a little bit in that chat we had with your nutrition, you were kind of on your own, right?
Yep.
You were doing your thing. So I suppose the question is, like, have you found that's changed? Like, have you got a bit more structure to that now?
I get a plan weekly based on my training, where I am at the season. And it's divided into 6 blocks, I think. Breakfast, training, lunch, dinner, snack, and there's an afternoon tea in there. So then I get my macros depending on what I'm expected to be burning during the day, what he wants me to eat on the ride, after the ride. Way more structure, less thinking on my part.
Is he prescribing you more than you thought? Less than you thought?
It's about the same, but it's,
so you weren't far off.
No, but it's more the timing of it. Like, and this is still something I've got to try and work on. I struggle to sleep with an empty stomach. So I really did eat my calories right before I put my head on the pillow. Where now it's more spread out.
You're this like indoor esports rider who's never ridden outside, Jay. Like, how can you even do this?
When it swings out straight line, it's pretty okay. It's when you're fighting for position on a shitty 1.5 lane road, going left and right, because the front of the bunch doesn't follow the width of the road. It cuts across, so you're always jostling and going backwards and forwards. Sitting by myself is when the funnest and the best part of it. Surreal moment in the Volta, one of the stages at the start. I was off the front with Nibali right at the start, full gas into all the corners. First 10 minutes of racing, thought I was going to die. And I came up to him afterwards. I was like, you gapped me a little bit on that last one. Were you full? And he was just like, little bit of mud.
That's sick.
It's pretty amusing with some of the, like the level of kit value that's put into cycling, and the lengths people will go for aerodynamics. There's still a lot of old school of, oh, you just push harder and that's how you get around it. You know, also some of it might be because they can't handle heat. I think I was one of the only guys at the Vuelta to run the aero helmet consistently.
Which would have been that?
Yes, this one. It's but I know for a fact, you know, like a guy like Alexander Kristoff, he was running their TT helmet on Wanty, their TT helmet with the sides chopped off and the back ripped off. And just no visor, obviously.
We were just saying before, it's great that you're still running your check-in luggage saddlebag.
Yep.
From back in the day.
Yep.
What about the infamous white overshoes? Please tell me.
Still got them, mate.
Yes.
On those cold days in Andorra, I whipped those boys out. A bit of kit that I absolutely rate during winter is the good old buff.
Yeah.
Around the neck.
You're a fan of the buff, Coyle, aren't you?
I love buff.
Love a buff. No, see, I'm a base layer 365 days a year. I'm a summer base layer.
I can't do that. Tell me if you're going to do that in Adelaide.
Yeah. No, I will. I'll do it for the hot days. 100%. Yep. So no, I'm actually now, I believe the hype. I believe all that, what I thought was marketing bullshit. Wicks away the sweat. All that crap. I'm on board.
Do not want to do Roubaix. It is by far the furthest thing from something that I'd like to do. However, Strade, I desperately want to do that race.
Yeah.
Because what you don't see on TV is it is extraordinarily climby. It's not a beefy rouleur type anymore. They're proper on dirt, 18% pinches. It's a short race. I think it's got 3,500 meters of vert. And a lot of that is on the gravel, so yeah, that's a race I want to do. But Roubaix, oh.
This is where I can flash up.
Going into the... You've done the Fondo.
Roubaix, mate. As an experienced Roubaix rider, straight through here. Obviously the Fondo version, you'd throw the same thing. It was probably worse for us because
You're going slower, yes.
It's like, you finish like a Fondo or something, normally you're like elated. I remember finishing that and being like, that is legitimately the worst thing I've ever done. I never want to do that again.
Did you do it on the Chippo?
Or no, did it on a Devel R3. Maybe you could talk us through your last gravel race that you did. New Zealand?
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
That was wild, wasn't it?
That was so good. That was actually really awesome. Once again, had no idea what we were doing, but everyone just went full into the first gravel and then it was mountain bike race.
Mountain bike race. Miller and Vine made the
selection.
And
you were like, oh, do you want a wheel?
yeah.
No, this mate, sorry.
Yeah. Because we were doing it on like 25 mil.
Is gravel what you would call that? Like, sometimes you were riding through a sand pit.
Yeah, it was sand.
Sometimes you were riding through a...
I thought I had thick enough tyres. I had like endurance tyres before I knew anything about anything. And yeah, but entering Arenberg at 60 k's an hour as one of the slosh, no thank you.
Jesse Coyle and I actually did a coffee store.
Just enough to...
What's coming up?
Yeah, so I've got Thursday next week, then in Canberra. So 4 days back home, quote unquote. And then back to Spain for a training camp. So I'll lose 35 hours on the plane. So it's going to be great. And then I go back 8 hours. Then I'm there for 10 days training. Last bit of touch up, getting set up on different bikes, changing a bit of materials around, making sure my kit fits, and then back to Australia for nationals just before Down Under.
Sick. When you're at the training camp, I need to ask about the Richard Mille staff discount.
I think Pogacar's got a timepiece, so I got a bit to live up to there.